You guys always say I suck at these Ratchet and Clank games, even though I play them all the time. Let's see if that's actually true. Today, we will be playing Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal with only the Suck Cannon. The Suck Cannon is an interesting weapon in the franchise. It doesn't have any physical ammo that it can use. The Suck Cannon instead is used to suck up small enemies and crates to shoot them back at the enemies. Without crates or enemies, the Suck Cannon is essentially useless. Fortunately, this game is filled to the brim with crates and small ankle biters that are just waiting to be sucked. Wait, what? That being said, is it possible to beat Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal with only the Suck Cannon? Let's find out. But before we get started, let's go over the rules, just for those of you who are new to these kinds of challenge runs. First things first, I will be using the debug menu to start with the Suck Cannon on Zeldin as opposed to getting it later on the Phoenix. We are only allowed to use the Suck Cannon to defeat enemies. We are not allowed to use the wrench to kill enemies, and as a bonus challenge, we will not be buying armor throughout our entire run as an extra fun bonus. As an extra fun bonus challenge, I was playing the PS3 version, which is known to be extremely glitchy. So glitchy to the point where I couldn't even see how much ammo I had in the Suck Cannon, so an extra additional challenge was playing without being able to see my ammo, which was honestly very challenging at times. Just a reminder, if you guys enjoy these kinds of challenge runs, please subscribe. If we get to 5,000 subs by the end of October, I will do a very difficult Ratchet & Clank challenge that has yet to be decided yet, but I can tell you, it's juicy. We'll probably have a poll very soon. Anyways, let's get started. We start off on Zeldin and immediately fail the challenge by shooting the nitro launcher at this ship. Let's try that again. We start on Zeldin and this planet is covered head to toe with ankle biters and crates, allowing us to take out this ship with the Suck Cannon and the rest of the enemies on this planet with ease. Before we leave Zeldin, we already have a level 2 Suck Cannon, which is pretty awesome. On Florana, we do what we usually do and skip straight to the path of death. These enemies are nothing I can't handle. Other than this, we filled up our Suck Cannon as much as I could for the Quark fight and beat him in literal seconds. It's now time for Marcadia. Marcadia is normally very tedious in challenge runs, but this planet in particular feels like it is strictly built around the Suck Cannon. There are crates everywhere. The main section has plenty of crates, and during all of the missions, there's a large stockpile of crates in this area that respawn after every mission. This is plenty of ammo for us to clear every single mission with ease. Other than the turret mission, which we will obviously not be counting. And while on Marcadia, I'd like to also share a cool strategy for Mission 4. If you just hang onto the ledge here, you and the Galactic Rangers will never be hit for the entire 2-minute mission. So, if you guys are ever having trouble with this in any challenge run ever, literally just do this. It works effortlessly. Anyways, before leaving Marcadia, we already have a level 3 Suck Cannon, which is freaking awesome this early in the game. We head back to the Starship Phoenix to do the vid comic, and immediately after that we move on to Annihilation Nation. The gauntlet poses absolutely no threat, but fortunately gives us a lot of ammo for the next challenge. The next challenge doesn't give us any small enemies for the first 2 rounds, so it was a good thing we filled up before entering the challenge. If not, you'd have to go back into one of the gauntlets and fill up your Suck Cannon. After the first 2 rounds, every other round gives us enough small enemies to suck up, making the rest of this challenge no problem. On Aquatos, we decide to ditch the elevator and just slide down. After this fun ride, we have an easy time with this level as there are crates and small amoeboids everywhere. Not to mention the Suck Cannon is insanely powerful in this game, taking care of the giant amoeboids in just 2 shots at level 4, which is absolutely insane. On Tyrannosis, we plummeted headfirst into the enemy's missiles, while Quark humbly steps aside. Fortunately, the Tyrannoids were nice enough to leave a large supply of crates in each and every corner of this level, once again making it very easy to clear the first base as well as the other 4 turret areas. And again, we made sure to fill up our Suck Cannon before entering the fight with Juicy Bubble Bottom Mama Tyrannoid. Our first phase used up almost all of our ammo in hand, which is why we made sure to stock up, because there's not a whole lot of ammo to suck up here. At this point, we already have a maxed out Suck Cannon, which does very good damage to every enemy at this point. The second phase of this boss was just as easy since there are conveniently placed ankle biters here to fill out the Suck Cannon. I swear this game has to be built around the Suck Cannon. Like, have we ever really thought about why these little Tyrannoids are even here? It's for the Suck Cannon. Anyways, phase 2 lasted like 10 seconds. Time for Quark to unstep aside and take all of the credit for our kill. I hate it here. We headed to the VR deck to get the Hypershot and Hacker from Helga, who was very enthusiastic about our performance.
Ha! That was pathetic!
With our new tools in hand, we head to Dax, snagging the charge boots before heading to the gunship path. Fortunately, I forgot to fill up my ammo, so we had to head back to the charge boot path to suck up some swamp flies in order to have enough ammo for the gunship. Once we filled up, we were able to challenge the gunship, and honestly, other than missing one shot by complete accident, we were able to narrowly take out the gunship with only a few bullets left, rewarding us with some Britney Spears, which Ratchet seems to thoroughly enjoy. As for the main path, other than the 3 hours of hacker sections, this area was easy enough to handle. Obani Gemini is always a fun platforming level with some refractor sections, and Obani Pollux is a quick section with some jump pads and some enemies. These planets are never an issue, but I wanted to include them so they don't feel left out. Rilgar was easy, plenty of crates and ankle biters to clear this planet. The turrets took around 4 shots, but that's nothing compared to the 20 we can fit in our V5 Vortex Cannon. The Galactic Rangers reward us with the gravity boots for helping them out. These will be very helpful very soon. Annihilation Nation 2 doesn't have anything to mention other than to just make sure, once again, you fill up your suck cannon before entering the fight with Scorpio, as he does not drop any ammo throughout this fight. After beating Scorpio, we get another chance to impress Courtney Gears, and well, that went as well as any female encounter I've ever had. Honestly, maybe even better.
Better let me do the talking.
It is an honor for you to meet me. I mean, to meet you, Miss Gears. Hi. Hi.
Next up was Ratchet & Clank Shift at Work.
You're fired!
Well, shit. In order to truly fire me, the director hired the Tyrannoid Commandos to permanently take care of me. This planet was the first planet that made me realize our suck cannon was getting weaker as the game went on. Unlike every enemy we've faced in the past, these enemies will now take more than 1 shot to take out, with the Commandos taking 2 shots and this dropship taking 3 shots. Not to mention, while they take more shots to get killed, I now take even less, dying in a total of 1 singular hit. Now, of course, we do have plenty of crates to go around, and as long as we don't get shot, we make it snow and finish this planet. Moving on to Obani Draco. When it came to the Courtney Gears fight, it was a challenge. As always, we made sure to fill our suck cannon before entering the fight. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter as the cutscene actually depletes all of our ammo for some reason. Fortunately, I had a plan. When we re-enter the fight, 4 ammo crates spawn. So essentially, we just went into the battle, collected the 4 ammo crates, and then yeeted ourselves off the edge 5 times until we had all 20 rounds we could store in the suck cannon. We had to strategize with our ammo, killing as many backup dancers as we could in as minimal shots as possible, collecting as many ammo crates as I could before Mommy gets to half health, because once she comes out of hiding, ammo will no longer spawn. Fortunately, we had around a full tank by the time she came out, and we barely, narrowly had enough ammo to suck the life out of her. That was meant to sound dirty, but instead sounded really dark. My bad, Miss Gears. Zeldin Starport features an optional path to the box breaker and a very short main path with Quark and his wild, let's just say, past adventures.
It was mating season. How could I have known she was your sister?
We decided to, as always, skip the box breaker and head directly to the Leviathan to immediately blow it up, killing Quark in the process. I mean, I guess this means Scrunch's sister is available now. We then spent the next 2 business days doing vidcomic 2, 3, and 4 in order to unlock the coordinates to Metropolis. After the first section of this level, Lawrence throws a Groovatron at Nefarious, making him turn the entire population into robots, giving us the most powerful enemies the game has to offer. The 3-eyed Tyrannoids now take around 2 to 3 shots, and the 4-eyed Tyrannoids take 3 to 4 shots. And again, if it wasn't bad enough, I still am easily one-shotted by every enemy now at this point. This planet gave us a few troubles, but not nearly as many as the Clunk fight did. I stockpiled every bit of ammo I could for this fight, before immediately dying by throwing myself off the edge and losing all of the ammo I just saved up. Fortunately, ammo spawns infinitely here, technically. It spawns in the back and only when it's off screen, and it's only 1 at a time. So we kind of had to do this weird maneuver with the camera so that we could get the ammo as fast as I could while dodging Clunk's moves. For some reason though, once we finally had enough ammo and move on to the next phase, which is when he gets to half health, I sucked up all the rest of the ammo and nanotech crates that spawned from the second train. Now remember, I'm playing the PS3 version, and for some reason, once the second train spawns, the suck cannon will continue to suck any and every crate, but for some ridiculously unknown and very frustrating reason, it never shoots them back out. It does not matter how much ammo you have in there. I restarted the fight multiple times. I even restarted the game. No matter what I did, it would not stop sucking. Meaning on PS3, this boss fight is actually impossible. I will, however, state, since the ammo is forever respawning, this fight is 100% definitely possible on PS2, just not possible on the version I was playing on PS3, because why not? This game is a glitchy mess on PS3, so I'm honestly not surprised that something had to go wrong during my run. Skill issue, I guess. Crash Site was an absolute nightmare. This level has so many enemies, and it is the first level in the game to not give you enough little enemies or crates to suffice. The robots took 2 shots to kill, and the Gatling bots took around 4 to 5. And I never mentioned this before, but sometimes when jumping and firing the suck cannon, it sometimes hits the top of the screen instead of shooting ahead. And this is basically just because the camera in this game is a physical actor, which is what causes this to happen. So when I jump too high, it shoots the camera as opposed to actually shooting the enemies. This can definitely suck at times, but it isn't a huge deal overall. Anyways, after many deaths and attempts, I was finally able to cowardly run from all the enemies, clearing this Blarg forsaken planet. And now it's time for Aridia. Aridia Mission 1 and 2 are the same as always. Mission 1 requires 0 enemies to be killed, and Mission 2 is a ship mission, which obviously we can't do anything about that, so we have to allow it. Mission 3, though, was very difficult, as it always is in these challenge runs, and the main problem here is just the lightning reflexes on both the mechs and the commanders. Not to mention, some of the ammo refills were a bit out of the way. But after a couple lucky attempts and a couple lucky dodges, we were able to clear Mission 3. Mission 4 was a lot more tame, since we were able to take out these turrets from a safe distance, unlike during the Agents of Doom challenge, where we had to get a lot closer and more personal to them. Mission 5 would have been difficult due to the limited ammo, but it turns out the level behind me still has all of its ammo crates still loaded in, giving us plenty of ammo to take out every enemy up until the ship. After the ship, there is a nice bit of dinner for the suck cannon for it to regurgitate them back at the cannons, clearing Aridia and giving us the warp pad, also known as the most useless and most easily skippable gadget in the entire franchise. Let's go to Thran Asteroid Belt, the greatest level in challenge running history. Quark's hideout was honestly just trial and error. Unfortunately, I knew that in this ice section there was just no chance I could take these enemies out. There's far too many of them. The next sections were all the same story. They give crates, but not enough. The Quark bots take around 5 shots just to take out, and with how endlessly spawning they are, there's just no chance. So my best bet was to do what I'm so good at doing and just run so far away. There were a few enemies we did have to take out here and there, and this took many attempts, but once we were able to get to the ending section, as long as you don't take out the lawn ninjas like cannon, then you can infinitely suck them up, giving you basically unlimited ammo to take out these Quark bots in this crowd here. After that, that's all we have to deal with Quark's hideout. But I cannot underestimate just how many deaths and how much effort it took to make it here with such a crappy weapon. If it wasn't for these lawn ninjas, we would not be able to beat this. Again, I swear, Insomniac put it there because they want you to use the suck cannon. When it comes to Phoenix Rescue, I have no story to tell here. Most of the enemies are, as always, skippable, though there were a couple in this refractor room, but we were able to suck up plenty of the ankle zappers as well as crates, and I specifically saved them for these few ninjas here. Every other enemy, I parkoured right past. And as much as I hate saying this, because Koros is always the most anticlimactic planet, I charge booted past every single enemy. None of these enemies are required to be killed, and I understand that with the whole development cycle of this game, they probably didn't mean for that to happen, but that's what happened. So Koros was as easy as ever. Similar story to Mylon. I always skip all of these enemies prior to the Tira Guys section, just because there's so many of them, and at this point in the level, there are like no crates or enemies that you can suck up prior to even fighting these guys. My only real option is to skip them. After the Tira Guys section, I have to do this ridiculous jump on this thin, narrow hypershot section while this green commander is freaking shooting me with ridiculous accuracy. Fortunately though, once we make it past him, we can charge boot past these robots and all of these enemies and get into the hacker section. The next refractor room, we take out these 3 Tyrannoids. They are mandatory to take out. This is basically the last section of the level. After we do the tractor beam puzzle, we fill up our suck cannon, and we basically just peek through the door, slowly shooting these guys until they're dead. Again, you only have to take out the 3 troops on the ground. You don't have to worry about the ones on the tower. As soon as you take the 3 troops out, reinforcements comes in, opening the door. All you have to do is carefully charge through them all and head right through the door, leading you straight to the Dr. Nefarious fight. Now, when it came to the Dr. Nefarious fight, this fight was going to be absolute hell. We don't have any ammo. Again, the cutscene of loading in gets rid of your ammo. Even if you try and reload later, collect some ammo, and then come back to the fight, you're not gonna get any. The only ammo you get is the few ammo crates that spawn in there. As for more ammo crates, you have to actually do a certain amount of damage to Nefarious until he spawns more ammo crates. So, believe it or not, this is impossible. I debugged the Rhino, and I got past phase 1 just to see if phase 2 would be possible. Because, fun fact about the suck cannon, every single enemy in this final section here, for some reason, can be sucked up in the suck cannon. Even though they are large and XL enemies, they can still be sucked up. I don't know why. Insomniac probably did this on purpose so you would use the suck cannon. I swear, this game is built around the suck cannon. Regardless, I figured with all these enemies we'd be able to do it, but it's the same story on phase 2. We have to do a decent chunk of damage for Nefarious to even consider spawning in ammo. So, without a single doubt in my mind, unfortunately, the Dr. Nefarious fight is just not physically possible in any way, shape, or form. So is it possible to beat Ratchet and Clank with only the suck cannon? No. We can make it all the way to the final boss, but we can't get past him. There's just no humanly way that we can get past him, unfortunately. What a bittersweet ending. Thank you for watching this challenge run. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what kind of other challenge runs you want to see if the Ratchet and Clank franchise or outside of the Ratchet and Clank franchise. Honestly, broaden my horizons a little bit. I wouldn't mind. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this. I really do hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you did. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and we are getting closer and closer every single day. Thank you so much to all my members. You guys are absolutely amazing. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below for extra perks and additional content on the channel. That's all I have for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Ninja out.